Hey guys, so I know the title of this video is very misleading, you could say, but I just have to get this off my chest, so I'm gonna rant to you guys about it. So, as you can tell by the title, it's called I'll Never Stand Again. Now some of you are probably thinking that there's something wrong with me, that I'll never be able to stand again, but no, that's not the case. When I say I'll never stand again, I mean at concerts. So, as some of you might have known, I don't know, I recently went to the One Direction concert and I got standing tickets. Now usually I would never go for standing tickets at a concert because anytime I was going to get concerts, my parents would always get a sitting ticket because my mom and like myself and my sister were all very short. So that's one main reason, that like because we're so small. But yeah, the reason we got standing tickets is because there was no seating tickets left. So I got standing tickets because there was no sitting left, and instead of us not going, he just got the standing tickets so we could still go. So I was like, you know, I was happy. But when I first got my tickets, I got them for my birthday in January, and I seen that we were standing, and I was a bit it doesn't mean being ungrateful or anything. I was just a bit like, do I really want to stand? Sure, the day came, we went, and because we were standing, you have to, well, you don't have to, but we had to queue outside the arena, because when you're sitting, you know, you can go and you can just go to your seat, like no one's going to take your seat. Well, I don't think so, but when you're standing, you kind of have to queue so you get a good standing area. So we left 3:30 and we stopped at McDonald's on the way. So we got there around 5:30-ish. When we got there, the doors didn't open until 6:30. So we got there and we queued, but there was about like 500 people in front of us in the queue that have already been there. People had like blankets and pillows, that they obviously slept there or been there since early morning. So we just got in the queue, thought nothing of it. And then after about an hour or so in the queue, it started to rain, and it was just like the weather was just getting miserable. We didn't have jackets or anything, we just had a little, like, I just wore a kimono, so I didn't even have a hood or nothing. But anyway, after a bit, me and my sister wanted to go look for toilets because there was no bathrooms like anywhere. So there was a shopping centre kind of thing, but near enough the arena. So we just went, we left our friend in the queue to like stand in the queue so we didn't lose our spot. So we went in, but there was no toilets. It was like a 4-story high shopping centre and there was no bathrooms or nothing, so we had to leave. So we just thought nothing, we just got back in the queue. We're like, we'll go and we go inside. So it was about like 6:30-ish. And by the time we finally got in, it was about 7 because there were so many people in front of us and it was getting dark and cold and raining. But anyway, we finally got in, and the people in front of us had already been like, there was so many around the stage already. And then we had to go to the toilet because I really had to go, because it was like ages since I last went. So we like ran to the bathrooms, we ran as fast as we could, we went to the toilet and all. We came back and the amount of people was just unreal. So we had to like squeeze to try and get it like a bit closer, because there was like 500 people in there, so we were like back like so far. So we like squeezed, but we got up a good bit, like to kind of the middle of the crowd, but then people kind of copped on and stopped letting us by, which I understand. Yeah. And then everyone started like piling, but then we were standing there so long, I had to go to the toilet again because I just had drank a big bottle of, a big like thing from McDonald's. So I had to go to the toilet again. So I had to like squeeze out of the crowds and go to the toilet, and there was such a long queue. And I was in the queue for about half an hour to get to the bathrooms, and there's about 40 toilets, like stalls in the like bathrooms, but I was waiting for about half an hour to get in. So I was like, okay, right. So I went across to the men's bathroom where there was no one queuing outside, and inside there was just one door and the stalls were like right there, so just like ran. There was no one in the men's at all. So I was like, okay. So when I got out, oh my god, the whole like downstairs where there's no seats, the whole area was packed full of people, like unreal. So I had to squeeze through, and I started to panic because I'm like a panicker, I like panic a lot, and I started like getting like really overwhelmed with the people, and I had no credit on my phone, so I couldn't even ring my sister to see where she was, and I didn't have coverage either, so she was trying to ring me and I couldn't answer because I had no coverage and I had no credit to ring her. So I started to panic, and I got to my sister eventually because I seen my friend, our friend, because like she's really tall. So I was like, oh yeah, and they were like, yeah, sorry, can you let her through? No one was letting me through to get back to them. They're like, yeah, well, we queued before you, but sure, like, no, because I just had to go to the bathroom. So no one was letting me by, so I had to like squeeze my way, and oh my god. So we got our, like, we were standing and everyone was so tall around us, so, and me being so short, like I'm not even 5 foot, so I'm so short. And my sister as well, she's only like an inch taller, there's not even an inch between us. So she's really short, but then our friend is like 5'7", so she's tall enough. And she could see fine, but me and Taylor, who's my sister, we couldn't see because like there was these like people in front of us, and I couldn't even see past their shoulders. The big shoulders were in the way. So I was having a little like fit because I couldn't see, and they're so tall. I wanted just to go in front of them so they could still see over me, like, but they wouldn't move. And we finally got to like a good enough spot that if I went to my tippy toes I could kind of see. But then everyone in the standing area noticed that Hometown, the band Hometown, were in the stand. They were like at the very front. So everyone in the stands could see them. Everyone was trying to like mosh to them, even though they were upstairs, but everyone was like trying to get to them, trying to take pictures of them and stuff. And everyone was like shouting their names, trying to get their attention. And like, oh my god, that was just like everyone was pushing back instead of towards the stage. So we were all like getting all like, ugh. After everyone was like squeezing back to try and get to Hometown, we kind of squeezed up a bit. So we were kind of like, we were close enough. We were just like, we were a bit close. And then Jamie Lawson came out, and everyone was just kind of more focused on Hometown than Jamie Lawson, which I felt really bad about, but what can you do? But then after Jamie Lawson left, there was about 10 minutes before One Direction came out. So as soon as Jamie Lawson went off, everyone started pushing from the back to the front because One Direction were going to come out. So we were getting fired up against like people, and oh my god, it was all like everyone was getting really warm then, and it started getting like there was no air conditioning, so it started getting really warm and like sweaty, and everyone was all like sweating, and they're all like, oh my god. So now we were about 4 or 5 like people from the barriers, but they were tall people, which is kind of bad. But when we were waiting, it was getting so hot and so stuffy because people were trying to get like, we're getting all like hyped up. And it was getting so hot and getting like so like, oh my god, people were sweating, and like you were just getting like touched, and like the smell of sweat, oh my god, it was just disgusting, the most like mankiest thing ever. And people's hair, if they had it down, was like sticking to you, and oh my god. And everyone was trying to push in like to get closer, but sure, there was nowhere for us to go forward, so they just kept pushing to try and get us to move, but there was nowhere for us to go. So we couldn't even move. After One Direction came out, everyone was just shoving, and because it was getting so hot, the like security fellas were passing out like cups of water, so everyone was like passing it back like over their heads, and people were spilling it over you, not like intentionally, but water just got spilt on you. And so you're getting soaked from the water spilling, you're getting soaked from people's sweat, and you're all sticky, and oh my god, it was just horrible. So then after One Direction came out, I was getting fed up, like getting shoved, and I was like, no, I couldn't even enjoy it. You can't even enjoy the concert. So my sister's friend was like way ahead of us because she just managed to get through. Me and my sister were back, and cause my sister was behind me, like behind my shoulder a bit, so she couldn't really see either. So I just tipped our friend. I was like, I'm going to the back, do you want to come? And she's like, yeah. So me and her and then Taylor, my sister, tagged along like behind us, and we went from the very 5th, like we were about 5 people away, to the very, very, very back. Like there was no one behind us. And it was the best decision ever. Like when we were up the front, you couldn't even see the boys that well, even though they were like right there. They were like not even a meter away from us. So when we actually went to the back, you could see them all so much better. So that's when we kind of started to enjoy ourselves, and we were like getting into it and all. And then we just sat there at the back for the rest of the concert. We walked around. We weren't really paying attention because it just ruined, well, my night, I just think it was ruined from standing, because I just like missed like half the songs trying to not get trampled. And like people were fainting, people were getting taken away on like stretchers. One girl my sister saw had like her nose was like bust and like broken, and she was like unconscious on the floor, and she was getting taken away like so like it's so dangerous. So we went to the back anyway, we walked around and all, we weren't just, you know, trying to cool off and stuff. And you could see the boys so much better. You could finally see the whole stage. You could see them all so much better. So if you see my vlog, you've probably seen that we were really close, and then we just got really far back, but that's why. But it was the best decision ever. I'm so happy that we moved to the back. And then afterwards, when they were finished, I was just like, I was so annoyed because I waited 10 months to go see them, and then I didn't even enjoy it. I literally, I came back in the car, I was like, yeah, you know, it was grand, you know, I couldn't really see. but I didn't enjoy it whatsoever. Not in a bad way, but just from being standing, I just couldn't enjoy myself, being like trampled and stuff. So I was so upset that I couldn't even, like, I didn't even enjoy it. And I was just like, I wasted the money and I wasted my, like, it was just a waste. But I still got to see them, which was good. And I saw them like really up close, which is good as well. But just never ever again am I standing, because oh my god, I'll like, next time I'll just rather not go to a concert if I can't get seating tickets, because it was just horrible. Like, oh, never again. I know I keep saying it, but never again will I stand. That's my rant over with. I hope you enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed me ranting, or if you've been in this situation and you know how frustrating it is to just be so annoyed that you can't even enjoy the concert. Anyway, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and also comment down below if you enjoyed this and you want me to do more rant videos. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that if you go to a concert and you stand, I hope yours is better than mine was. Okay, so bye guys! I have to go walk my dog now.